Yes, 90,000.
4 years. Yeah.
Okay, just make sure you do the math before you air any of this. But I believe that's right. Yes. What's wrong? Dude, the colder the temps are, the worse my brain works. Yes. So this is a flip we have in Crestwood. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. When I bought it, it was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. And so it had a carport out here on the left side of the front of the house. So we made the carport into a master bedroom and opened up all these walls. When a house was so choppy like this, we had to put in quite a few LVLs, but man, it made such a big difference. The layout turned out really good. You can kind of clearly see this was kind of a carport, and we blocked it up, we poured footers, we framed it up, and we turned this into a master suite. So a lot of times when you have a house that might not be big enough, but it has a carport, you can turn that into living space or a master suite. And like in this neighborhood, you know, houses are $300 a square foot. So if you add, you know, 400 square foot, that's some serious money. Let's say you have 20 grand in this, and we honestly, we probably have less than that, and it generates an extra 70 to 90 grand, that's good money. So, you know, a lot of times if it's already got a roof over it, if it's a covered back patio, if it's a carport, even if it's a covered front porch, maybe it's bigger than this, but that's a great way of making more money on a flip. ¿Qué pasa? What are we working on? This house, the kitchen was like right in the middle, and it had a wall coming here, right? And then a wall like right there, and then a wall right here, right? Yeah. Crazy. Dude, if nothing else, we can make a nice layout, can't we?
Yeah, it was really big.
One thing we're having to do now that we weren't necessarily having to do quite as much is we're really having to do as many of those little extra things to get the houses sold and to attract buyers, because 2 or 3 years ago, you just had multiple people wanting to buy a house and it was bidding those prices up. But now you don't have quite as many buyers in the marketplace. So you have to do the extra things like the pantries and nicer laundry rooms to really get that buyer writing an offer. We stepped it up a little bit on our fireplace, which I like that. That is like, you know, $1,800, and on a normal fireplace, we might spend $500 for the mantle and $500 for the stone. So it's almost double what we would normally do, but it turns out really nice. 2 bedrooms over here with a bathroom with a tub. And you know, a lot of these houses in Crestwood are kind of tight. So how we get around that sometimes is if you don't have a lot of space to put a vanity, you put an outswing door into the hallway, and that makes a big difference. So it was a right-hand door, and obviously if you put a right-hand door here, you can only put a pedestal sink. So one way you can get around having enough space to put a bigger vanity is to do the outswing door. We've been really focusing hard on trying to make better laundry rooms with pantry space and storage space. So we did that here, which is pretty nice. We put built-ins on this wall, 8 feet of built-ins. I love in a house when the primary suite can be on its own end of the house and the other bedrooms on the other side. I think that is definitely a popular choice right now. If a homeowner did the same kind of work that we do in a property like this, they would definitely put 25 or 50 grand more into it. So this house might not work well for a buyer who's going to be an end user, but for us, we can make numbers work. These are not necessarily easy flips, but for us and the way our system is set up, we're kind of built for houses like this, where you come in, rewire, new plumbing, new roofs, new drywall. So we might put 100 to 150 grand in these houses, but we can still get them done pretty quickly, pretty efficiently. And I think that most people might put 25 or 50 grand more than what we do in houses like these. You got to keep everything on a tight timeline to get the house finished, because that's one thing that a lot of other flippers I see in our marketplace making mistakes at is they're not keeping things moving fast enough. And time is money, and a lot of these guys are paying interest on their money, and you got to get the houses done quickly. These are the kind of houses that keep our business kind of running all the time. What's most important to me in a house, for me personally, is the kitchen, the living space, and the and storage. That's when you know you're getting old, when storage is a big deal to you. And dude, I want a jam up master closet.